Some questions that I get more often than not are questions like, how much time does Amazon FBA take? How much time does it take to run Amazon FBA? Will I need to quit my job to start Amazon FBA? Will I be able to work a 4-hour work week when I start my Amazon FBA business? Well, these are very good questions and questions that I get more often than not again. So in this video, I do want to take the time to address these questions for you, especially if you guys are just starting out or interested in getting into the Amazon FBA game. Let's go. What is up, guys, and welcome back to the Prestige Amazon FBA YouTube family. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome to the Prestige family. My name is Andy. I've been selling on the Amazon platform for a few years now as a private label seller, currently a 7-figure seller, and I put out content on YouTube and Instagram about twice a week, Instagram almost every single day. So definitely go check it out there. If you guys are new to the channel, definitely subscribe if you guys are interested in anything Amazon FBA. And if you guys do have a Facebook, check out Prestige Amazon FBA Mastermind. We just surpassed 800. I think we're at almost 820, so definitely go check that out. Super live and active group. All direct links down below. And if you guys are interested in a free 30-minute coaching call, definitely consider staying to the end of this video to be entered into, or to find out how you can be entered into winning that. And if you guys are interested in a free cheat sheet that I put together just for the Prestige fam, definitely check out the link below. That'll be the first link, so let's go. So again, I get these types of questions very often, and for me personally, I've honestly ran through these questions in my mind, especially when I was just first starting out. When I was just first starting out, I was doing it part-time, so I was working my 9 to 5 and spending as much time as I possibly could with the Amazon FBA business, just learning as much as I can as quickly as possible, as well as doing my due diligence, doing my product research and things like that. So it is a simple question, or these are simple questions, but there is a very complex answer. The best answer that I can give is that anything worthwhile takes a lot of hard work and it takes a lot of effort and time to be put into it. So if you guys want to build a baby that can grow and scale quickly, then you guys will definitely need to spend more time. If you guys are trying to be chill with it and kind of put it on the back burner, you guys can spend as little time as possible. And then in the last video, I explained how free and flexible the Amazon FBA business model is. But as mentioned, the more time you put into learning how things work, the faster you'll be able to grow. So it really is just dependent on you guys. Now, some of you guys that have already started may be thinking like, Andy, there's a lot of downtime, like things like I've already placed my order for my products and I'm still waiting a month for the product to get in. There's so much downtime, I have so much free time, I don't have to do anything. Well, guys, in fact, there's always something to do, and if you guys want to stay productive, you guys will always have something to do. You just have to think about, think ahead and think of how you can actually improve the business while you have this downtime. So one of the things that I like to teach my students and tell people to do is that, if you're waiting for your product to come in, what can you do in the meantime? Could you build your product listing? Could you learn about advertising or PPC? Could you, work on product images? Can you do things like that to stay productive and actually build your business? You don't want to be waiting until your product comes in, then worry about product packaging or product images, how to do PPC and things like that. So there's a lot of things you can learn constantly. And there's a famous saying, I'm sure you guys heard of it, but the more you learn, the more you earn, or you constantly are earning if you constantly are learning. And in addition to this, there are other things that are extremely important as well, such as like building your keywords list. If you're working on building a social media presence, if you want to establish a real brand, you have to build an Instagram, a Facebook, things like that to actually show your consumer base that you're a legit business. Not even just social media, you can work with social media influencers and things like that if you want to implement that into your launch strategy. There's always so many things you can be able to do. A lot of people say like they have a lot of downtime, and I just don't think that's really true. Again, the more work that you put into building the actual business, the more worthwhile it'll be and the faster you'll be able to grow it. So spend your time wisely. Time is of the essence, and I say this all the time, but you need to be able to use your time extremely wisely. If you guys are watching this during the quarantine, you guys are thinking about starting an Amazon FBA business, but you're spending 2 hours a day watching Tiger King. Like, just try to focus on what will keep you productive and what will keep your business growing. Now, for the question of, will this be a full-time job and will this require full-time job hours? Definitely not, and a lot of people will kind of see this as like a curve. For me personally, as mentioned, I was just starting out and I was just starting to ramp up my actual brand, and I was just beginning to learn the actual business. So I was spending a lot of time actually focused on learning how things worked, learning the business model, how things work step by step. So there can be a lot of work up front, but as mentioned, there can be a lot of downtime, such as, if you're waiting for your product to come in. But again, there's a lot of things you could be learning in the meantime. If you want to continually scale your business, there's always work to do, and you'll always be, busy with something, whether that may be dealing with customers or finding a new product to sell, doing product research, talking to your suppliers, answering emails, things like that. There's always something to be done, especially if you're scaling your business. But say if you stop scaling eventually and you grow your business to where you're comfortable of it being, you can always kind of outsource certain jobs, such as, customer service, inventory management, PPC, just so you're much more hands off of the actual business. So you're not having to answer a customer support email, you're not having to optimize your PPC on, on a weekly basis or something like that. Things like that. You can hire VAs and things like that to kind of take over your account. Of course, you'll still be reaping in the income and the benefits of your actual business, but you won't have to be doing the small things that you would be doing normally if you were super attentive to your business. And things like this you'll begin to outsource anyway, because as mentioned, once you grow your business to a bunch of different items, you don't want to be optimizing or spending so much time optimizing PPC, because it's just a lot of time wasted where you could be spending on more valuable tasks like finding new products and things like that. So it really just depends on how hands-on you want to be with the actual business. In my personal opinion, the Amazon FBA business for private labeling specifically is very flexible and hands-off in terms of packaging, which allows for the scalability. But it allows for so much freedom and flexibility. It's up to you guys if you guys want to be putting in all that work and effort to be able to grow your business as quickly as possible. In my personal opinion, it's very directly correlated with the growth of your business. So the more work you put in, the more hours you spend on it, it's directly correlated with how fast your business will grow and where it will grow as well. So it's completely up to you guys. Hopefully that answered your questions of like how long Amazon FBA takes on a daily basis. I know I kind of beat around the bush with that one. It's really dependent on you guys. I'm going to be releasing a video on kind of timelines of the Amazon FBA process, but in terms of on a daily basis and a long-term scale, hopefully that answered your questions. A lot of people do this part-time, a lot of people do this full-time like myself. Eventually, that was my personal goal, and eventually I got there. So hopefully if you guys have that goal for yourself, eventually you guys will get there too. Just put in the work. I promise it'll pay off. But hopefully this video helped you guys out. Be sure to drop a like if it did, and if you have any questions, as always, drop them down in the comments below. If you guys are interested in that free 30-minute coaching call, do the exact same thing to help me out with that YouTube algorithm. Drop that like, drop a comment if you guys have anything, or a compliment. I would appreciate it, and subscribe to the channel. Always appreciate the YouTube algorithm help. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.